All right, we're back. We had some audio issues. We're all good now.
How far did we record?
I don't know. I haven't checked. I haven't checked. I'll like add this audio in with the other audio or whatever.
Right. What are you saying?
His audio is a little bit messed up. It's fine. Um. Okay. Good thing I have Audacity on here to fix all this audio, and it's picking up you guys up as well. So.
Okay.
Um. Let's see here. I'm running out of questions. Did you ever see Master Link X's videos on YouTube at one point?
Master Link X sounds familiar. You mind? What are his animations?
He didn't never
His,
do. He never did animations, but he did the Legend of Zelda blooper series or whatever. You ever seen that?
I think I've heard of it, but I'm not really like that into detail into it.
It's a series that he did where it was basically just him trying to get to Ganondorf, and he was the very first one to do the really high pitched Link voice, which
Yeah.
I adapted eventually and took as my own, and yeah, it was pretty funny at the time, but nowadays it's completely like overmissed. It used to be actually one of the number one things on YouTube, and then it just died out of obscurity. I recommend checking that out. So.
Right. Right.
It's really creative. It gives you like an idea of what to do with Zelda in a way.
Mhm.
Anyway,
By the way, back to that. Back to the whole thing about the voice actors that came about. Of course, I already mentioned that Mario, who was apparently wanted to get into the project, and of course I got him in the project. He was like 14 at the time, so I figured, what the hell, why not? Yeah, he at first there was a bit of trouble with the recordings and the audios, but over time he started improving it. He started adapting better to his character. Spike the Penguin, which was of course Red Link, he no, he was usually the one that he was like the breakout character of sorts. Um, yeah, he was a really funny. Well, he's a really funny guy. Uh, the thing is that once episode 3 ended, of course he had to leave the project because he was busy with other things. And of course, I had to immediately find a replacement for that Red Link, and then I found Bald Boy 64, which real name is Richard, and he did like a different take of Red Link at the time. So basically, it's like comparing two different sides of Daffy Duck's personality. You know what I mean? So I kind of like portray it that way sometimes.
yeah, yeah.
So so then there was also this other voice actor. I think, what was his name again? Sorry, it says that it's been a while since I've lost contact with him. Crap. Uh, the guy that plays Blue Link. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Sorry if I forgot the guy's name. But yeah, he was also really good with He was also really good with the voice acting. He was like a very unique voice. He was more like the voice of reason, and it actually fit his character very well. But unfortunately, after episode 7, things fell through. Apparently, he was just his life apparently just got busier and busier, and I just lost contact with him.
Oh,
So
really?
I had to make those changes in episode 8, and unfortunately, I had like 2 reds in episode 8 from that point on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Um, what are you planning on doing for the newer seasons or whatever?
Well, right now I'm just continuing where the episode left off because I actually made like a teaser, a little preview on my channel. You know, that actually showed like those the first 2 minutes of the
Yeah,
scene.
I always see those. Yeah.
Yeah, where basically you had to like do the whole money making game thing that Oshis is making up. Supposedly he's making up. I don't know, or or I don't know. We could say it that way. The whole point is that yeah, they're going to help an old lady with her bags, but it's not what it seems. And then things get even worse later on.
Oh boy.
I don't want to go into detail, but yeah,
Because it's like spoilers. Yeah.
yeah, too many spoilers.
Nobody wants spoilers.
Yeah.
Or they like get like crazy. So.
Oh, also, back to the whole thing about the voice actors. The funny thing is that when it came to Rina-chan, it was a very curious and kind of spontaneous in a way, because it was like around the time when I was actually developing episode 2, and I was posting it in a forum trying to see if anyone was interested in voice acting, and then she suddenly popped up saying, "Can I be Zelda?" And I was like, "What?" And of course, at that time, I didn't really actually have a part for her, so I had to finish episode 2, which was a 2-parter eventually because I was actually making up the story on the spot. So by the time I did episode 3, I eventually wrote her in and gave her like a part exclusively for her. And from that point on, she became Zelda.
Yeah, she does amazing. She's a perfect Zelda for the whole series. She's really good voice actor. So she just said, "Can I come on? Can I join?" Like that.
She pretty much wrote it like that. "Can I be Zelda?" Like that.
You're just like, okay.
Yeah, I'm serious.
That's awesome.
Everything just fell in place.
Wow, that works perfectly in a way.
It was. Well, to be fair, it was at that time that Rina-chan was practically the only voice actress in Newgrounds, way before the other voice actors started to bloom out.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was like the only one, and apparently it was like it got to a point where the.
Okay.
Is that a pepperoni with extra cheese?
It's gotta be pepperoni, man. It's pepperoni, AJ.
No anchovies, all right.
Oh, that's awesome. It's just like, fuck you. It's like, damn it, Dad! You're ruining this recording. You're ruining everything. That's fine.
I don't know if we're still recording or
not. Technically we are, but it's fine. AJ's gonna leave us. So I guess I'll take over from here.
Okay, just to continue, yeah. Back then, of course, Rina-chan, she asked for a part. I accepted with no hesitation. Fine. But it was at that time in Newgrounds where she was the only voice actress. And she got eventually, like, overexposure. I mean, literally overexposure to the point that she started having a lot of people hating her because she was just too damn annoying. She was everywhere.
Really?
So they wanted other alternatives. Yeah, just look at the comments that she got in Brawl Taunts. I mean, everybody started criticizing her.
Well, that's terrible, because she's a really good voice actor.
She is a really good one.
Yeah.
But apparently she was just... I think it's the overexposure that people got tired of.
Yeah.
But I do respect her. I mean, she's a great voice actress.
Yeah. At least she puts time into doing voices for characters and stuff, unlike a lot of other people who just kind of say, "As to see her," like something like that.
Also, I have a funny story regarding another voice actress who actually played Malin in episode 8. It was actually a somewhat of a long story. Like, it occurred when I was actually developing episode 6, because I actually wrote the episodes 5, 6, and 7 like all at the same time because it was like a huge trilogy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So it was like around episode 6 that I started getting in contact with her, and of course I listened to her takes, her demos, and I wanted her to be Malin. So, of course, like a couple of weeks passed, and we start chatting, and then she asked me, she starts asking me saying, "Can I ask you a rhetorical question?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what is it?" It was like, "If you ever decide to replace me, would you let me know?" And I'm like, "Why would I replace you?" And then she like gives me that explanation saying that someone apparently replaced her in another project the last minute, and no one told her. And she was really upset about it, and I felt kind of bad for her. So, of course, a couple of weeks later, I remember like I was coming back from a friend's house. I was taking the bus, and all of a sudden I had this like this good idea about introducing 2 characters that barely had any screen time and introduce them as a bonus scene. So that was like the result of episode 7's bonus scene with Zelda and Malin supposedly bickering over screen time.
Yeah, that's where that joke came from. Okay.
Yeah, that's where that joke came from. So. I eventually pitched the idea to her. She loved it. Of course, I decided to give her Rina-chan her part as well, even though she only had 2 crummy lines, literally. Yeah. So eventually, we kind of discussed it. Well, me and Biku, that's her username on Skype. And of course, we were talking about it, and I remember she made this little comment saying, "Looking back, I feel kind of embarrassed that I exploded on you like that." But it was all good in the end.
In the end, she made a great joke, and everybody loved it. So.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about a little bit about villains here. With the voice of Darklink, since you do the voice of Darklink as well. Have you ever thought of like trying to like amp his voice in a way, or are you gonna keep it like the same as it is in the rest of the series?
I usually try to keep his voice a little deeper normally, though it's supposed to be basically it's a reflection of Link, of the real Link. And it's a little more complicated than it seems, though. He's supposed to be like the more evil, darker, instead of being like nice, noble, somewhat naive, which is the original Link. But basically, I basically introduced the idea of Dark Link as if it was like Agent Smith from the Matrix. I mean, that was like the whole point of the joke.
Yeah, that's such a great joke.
So it's so overused, but I did that like during the time when the Matrix was still big on the internet, especially when there were a lot of parodies based on the Matrix.
Yeah.
Mostly, I should give a shout out to Joseph Blanchett, legendary frog, because he did like two. He did like two. What was the word? Two collabs. That was called The Matrix. What was it? I think The Matrix Has You, or something like that.
The Matrix Has You. I don't think I've ever seen that. I need to check that out then.
No, it's really funny. I recommend it. And a lot of users actually, chipped in with their own ideas. It was really funny.
Yeah, well, I'll check that out because that sounds like it'd be awesome to listen to. All right, let me think here. Just gonna think of a few more questions here, and then I think we'll be good. Let me think here. Sorry, this just makes sense. It's been a long day. Where did Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm completely I'm out of ideas. Like I wish AJ was here, but I'm on my own now, so I'm gonna have to figure out a few questions here. Why do you put Full Metal Alchemist music in that for the intros and outros and stuff like that?
I was big on Full Metal Alchemist at the time.
And you still are?
Well, after the reboot series ended, interest has already died down.
Really?
Because I used to watch Full Metal Alchemist when there was a channel called Animax here, and then that eventually closed down because of corporate Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah, so of course it was big for me at the time. Then when I saw the reboot, of course I started loving the show again.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the series Sword Art Online?
Sorry?
Have you ever seen the series Sword Art Online?
No, I haven't seen it.
Ooh, that's a series that you might like. It's got a lot of flack from a lot of people, but I think it's really good, and I think you might like it because it's got like a guy getting stuck in a virtual world, almost kind of like Dot Hack Sign, almost. But
yes.
where it's kind of like almost like the Matrix. Like if you die in the game, you die in real life. So it's really interesting. I think you probably might like it. So
I'll check it out.
I have questions. I'm sorry. Okay. Why? Okay. Let me rephrase that whole entire word. I'm so sorry. Where did the idea of the music videos come from?
I think it all started when I actually watched the first Highlander movie that was actually on TV at the time. Because, of course, I was not really familiar with Highlander that much, with the exception of what was it? Yeah, it was the TV show. Of course, I wasn't that into it at the time, but then I checked out the movie. I thought it was awesome. Then I started realizing about the whole concept of like Queen and making the music for the TV show and the movies. And I started getting hooked on a Highlander and the whole concept. And from there on, I started using like Queen music with relating it to Zelda. And I realized how much they actually blend.
Yeah, because it turned out really well. Like the whole all the songs that you've used and stuff. So. And
yeah, I've been actually wanting to make another one, but due to the whole copyright issues, I can't really make any more.
Yeah, copyright. I hate that, don't you?
Yeah.
Freaking copyright. But yeah, I think that's basically all the questions I have for this recording session. Thank you for coming in, of course.
Thanks for having me.
And yeah, can't wait to see the next episode. And yeah.
Alrighty.
This has been Doomy5 Team Mapige and Victor Fiori. Sorry, I can't.
Victor Fiori. Hadouken dude.
Or Hadouken dude. We're thankful that you were able to show up, and we'll see you next time, subscribers and people who watch this video. Bye.
All right.